What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. NBA playoff field is set with the play-in tournament is going to start in the next couple of days. In the Eastern Conference, the first round playoff matchup, the New York Knicks, who are the 3 seed, will host not the Raptors, the Atlanta Hawks, who lose on game 82. Toronto wins, so they end up as the 6 seed at 46 and 36. So they will be the team that plays the New York Knicks in the first round of the postseason. Knicks and Hawks. Cavs will host, who are the 4 seed. They will host the Toronto Raptors, who were the 5 seed most of the season. As the back half of the Eastern Conference bracket kind of got hot, it seems like Atlanta gets hot at the end of the year. Charlotte, Orlando and Miami had their ups and downs throughout the end of the year. They ended up dropping. For a while, they were kind of like bouncing from the 5, 6, and the 7 seed. They end up with the 5 seed, and they will have to play Cleveland in the first round. Playing tournament, round one. Philadelphia will host Orlando. Both finish at 45 and 37. The winner of that will play Boston in the first round. We have Charlotte and Miami in the 9-10 matchup. The loser of that is out. The winner of that will play the loser of Philadelphia and Orlando. And the winner of that game will play Detroit in the first round. In the Western Conference, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder, with the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. Denver Nuggets are the 3 seed. They will host the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round of the postseason. A rematch of the conference semifinals from 2 years ago when Minnesota beat Denver, which is kind of a surprise. Denver was the defending champion at the time. And then the Lakers, who end up with the 4 seed, they will play the Houston Rockets in the first round. So Lakers overall were red hot going into the playoffs. 1.1, 13 of 14. After Luka and Reeves went down, they struggled for a bit, but won their last three. Denver finished the season on a 12-game win streak, which is crazy, and with 54 wins. The Rockets, who were struggling for a while after the All-Star break, have won 9 of 10 heading into the playoffs, so they're also coming in hot. So a lot of teams going in hot in the Western Conference. Luka's going to be reevaluated tomorrow. He will probably miss at least part of the first round series. Same thing with Austin Reeves. He is also going to miss at least part of the entire first round series versus the Houston Rockets. And the plan, the Phoenix Suns will host the Portland Trailblazers, who finished at 42 and 40, same record as the Clippers, but they have a tiebreaker over the Clippers, so they end up as the 8 seed. Winner of that will play San Antonio in the first round. We have the Clippers and the Golden State, so California matchup. Winner of that will play the loser of Phoenix and Portland, and the winner of that game will play OKC in the first round. And so I'm going to do my playoff predictions tomorrow in the NBA, but a couple of head coaching news in the NBA. The Kings are bringing back Doug Christie. I don't know why. I think the guy is not an NBA caliber coach, but he is coming back for his second full season, third season overall. He took over from Mike Brown after he was fired last year by Sacramento in the middle of the season. They made him the full-time head coach after the season, and he's getting a second full year. I don't know why, but it's the case. And Doc Rivers has stepped down as the head coach of the Bucks. He's out. The writing's on the wall. I mean, do I have to say it? Overrated, should be on the Hall of Fame. Still living off the 2008 championship when he was carried by the Boston Celtics. He's blown so many playoff leads. There's reports coming out that he challenged a lot of the veterans on the Bucks, and he clashed the players a lot this year. If you saw him in media, he looked just dead in all of them. Uh, I think this has got to be it. I'm pretty sure he's going to officially retire. He kind of danced around the subject and gave kind of a cryptic answer, seeming like hinting that he was going to retire. I think it was last week. But I don't see another team giving him a coach. He's in his 60s. He has not been to a conference finals in, I can't tell you how long. It might have been over 10 years since he's been to a conference finals. Probably has been. He's not that great of a coach anymore by any means. Never was that good of a coach. And just, he's not in the position to really motivate guys at his age, at this point in his career. So that should be a wrap for Doc Rivers. So assuming nobody else calls in, this is going to be a shorter show. But I will make an announcement too for some upcoming exciting stuff afterwards after I finish the show. Illinois first-year guard Keaton Wagler has declared for the NBA draft. He is most likely going to be a lottery pick. Had a great year this season. Had a great year this year uh, with Illinois. Big reason why they were in the Final Four before losing to UConn in the Final Four. So he's going to the NBA officially. Good chance he's in the top 10. Certainly will be a lottery pick, I would think. To baseball, a couple of injuries. Christian Javier has a grade 2 shoulder strain. So two Houston Nationals starters have grade 2 shoulder strain that they're going to miss time with. Javier burst onto the scene with in 2022 his first year as a full-time starter at 2.54 ERA and 30 starts. However, 23, 31 starts, 4.56 ERA, has made just 15 starts over the last 2 years. Has given up 13 earned runs over his first three starts this year, and now he's hurt. So, Astros rotation injuries continue to pile up. Javier will miss a significant time for the Houston Astros. And George Springer has a fractured toe. Springer, of course, great center fielder for the Blue Jays. Last year had a fantastic year, maybe the best of his career. I think he had like 38 home runs, like 90 RBIs, hit leadoff, was great in the postseason as he usually is. For Toronto, now he's a fractured toe, so that could be like a 6 to 8 week injury. We don't really have a timeline yet, but Jays just injuries continuing to pile up for the Toronto Blue Jays. To football, the Eagles trade for Dontavian Wicks, Packers receiver. They send a fifth round pick this year and a sixth round pick next year for him and extend him through next year for $12.5 million. Wicks, in his rookie year in 2023 at the Packers, 39 catches, 581 yards, and 4 touchdowns was pretty good. We all thought he would break out in 2024. Didn't happen. He had also 39 catches, but just 415 yards, 5 touchdowns. Last year was even less productive. 30 catches, 332 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's still 24 years old. Eagles extended him for 12.5 million, so he's under contract for this year and next season, so through 2027. Still young. The fifth rounder in 23 by Green Bay out of Virginia. Good chance. I think he fits in like that wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 guy. I think that's what he'll be. Eagles, he's probably just as good, maybe a touch better than Jahan Dotson as their wide receiver 3. But also AJ Brown, I do think will get traded. It could happen at the draft. I think will happen at some point before training camp starts. Fight to guess. Now, Devonta Smith can be your wide receiver 1, and now Wicks could be like your wide receiver 2/3 along with Jahan Dotson for this season, and then maybe you can use that pick that year. I'm assuming you get maybe next year. I would think at this point, what's going to be. I think the trade happens after the draft, which is in 10 days, to eventually take his replacement. But Wicks heads to Philadelphia. And congratulations to Rory McIlroy. I'm not a fan. I think he's a selfish prick, but fantastic golfer. Back-to-back Masters champion. First guy who's Tiger Woods did it. Kind of ironic with what's going on with Tiger Woods. But Tiger Woods was the last guy to win back-to-back Masters. I think that was in 2002. So congratulations to Rory McIlroy, who of course completed the career Grand Slam last year winning it, and he goes back-to-back winning the Masters. We had an exhilarating final day with Rory coming out on top, winning his second straight green jacket. Friday Night Smackdown from this past Friday was as horrifically boring as ever. Was a surprise. I'm not sure how the show got worse after Road Dogg was fired. But yeah, it happened. We started off with Rhea Ripley cutting a promo. She called out Jade Cargill, and then her friend Io Sky came out, which then led to the main event being Io Sky versus Jade Cargill. When Jade Cargill was main eventing your show, you know it's bad. Ultimately, your company sucks when she's your women's champion, but that's another story. Of course, I think it was even before that, we opened with Nick Aldis talking to Cody Rhodes, basically hinting that TKO told him no one is to lay a finger on Pat McAfee. Then Jilly Rhodes shows up. He was upset about it, and then he had a run-in with McAfee. Eventually, he shoves McAfee, and McAfee played the, victim card, of course. They made Alexa Bliss versus Bayley in a match ahead of the Fatal 4 Women's Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania with the distraction from Charlotte Flair. Alexa Bliss wins. Pretty good match, but just, not a whole lot of interest in that. Royce Keith finally makes his debut. Of course, he was known as Powerhouse Hobbs in AEW, the massive man that is Royce Keys, who ever since debuting in the Royal Rumble for WWE, then ended up he had a couple of dark matches, which are matches that happened either before or after the actual taping, but hadn't been on top of it. I couldn't understand why. Finally made his debut. He had a match against Berto, basically a squash match. I didn't love the match. I mean, like, I get it was going to be short. It was his debut match. You know, Berto is he's obviously a jobber, but they gave Berto a decent amount of offense in the match. I would have liked to see Berto just get completely squashed by Royce Keys. I mean, it was not a whole lot to go off of. I thought Royce looked pretty good, but I thought they could have done that better. Then backstage, oh, Sonya and the MFTs had obviously a segment. They had one with Jacob Fatu, and it looked like Fatu and Tamatanga ended up agreeing to a match. And then as Royce Keys was doing his backstage interview, Sol Sokoa came up to him and says, if there's anything you need, let me know. So looks like Royce Keys may feud with Sol Sokoa after WrestleMania. That will be his first feud. Uh, we had the disastrous segment that was Pat McAfee. That promo was so horrible. So let me get this straight. Pat McAfee was introduced to the Randy Orton Cody Rhodes storyline to help sell tickets for WrestleMania. He has since gone on television and said how bad the wrestling is and how bad WWE is, how bad Netflix is. I'm not sure how that makes people want to buy tickets. He then went out there this past week and said that you should not buy tickets tonight too because it's not going to be good. Like, so the guy that you brought in to sell tickets, you trotted out there to discourage people from buying tickets tonight too of WrestleMania, and announced that they were doing a 25% off ticket sale, I think for this week. Which, first of all, we don't need to announce that on live television. Let the build the storyline. Let the wrestlers do that. Put that out in the social media promo on freaking Twitter or something. And just then Cody came out. They had a promo. And then Randy attacked Jelly Roll backstage. It was what a disaster. Okay, what an absolute train wreck that was. Uh, Fatu against Tamatanga had a match ahead of Fatu's match with Drew McIntyre. Fatu won. Of course, then Drew McIntyre showed up and handcuffed him to the steel post. Had a their unsanctioned match at WrestleMania. And then we had Kit Wilson and Danhausen ended up having a backstage segment. Our Truth was involved, Priest was involved. That was pretty funny. Miz was funny. But by Sami Zayn, good lord. Sami Zayn might be the most uninteresting, like, top level character in WWE. Holy moly, he was getting booed out of the building as a babyface. That was embarrassing. Triple H had his match with Matt Cardona. Trick won ahead of his U.S. title match with Sami Zayn. Of course, Sami kicked Lil Yaki's head off. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I don't even really care. I don't know why he's involved. And Danhausen had a match with Kit Wilson. Danhausen mid-match curses Kit Wilson, who then gets hit with the pyro on the top rope. And Danhausen escapes with the win. The Miz came out, was about to hit Danhausen with the Skull Crusher finale, and the lights go out, and Danhausen escapes once again. This was actually pretty funny. And then Jade Cargill against Io Sky in the main event. Jade Cargill wins. Can't believe Jade Cargill beat Io Sky in a match. That's ridiculous. Of course, Rhea attacked to meet him and beat that backstage throughout the night. Then Rhea came out to protect Io Sky, and Jade laughed as this horrendous build had just continued and continued on. SmackDown sucked as per usual. That's all I got for you guys today. My announcements are I got my final NFL mock draft coming up. I'm planning to do that probably the end. I possibly could do it Wednesday of this week. I may wait till next week. NFL draft is next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, so I may wait till next week, but I'm not sure which day I'm going to do it, but I will clarify that tomorrow, which day I will be doing it. And WrestleMania preview is going to be Thursday. I was going to do it on Friday, but have some friends who are coming to visit me this weekend to watch WrestleMania with me coming up Friday. So I'm probably not going to record this Friday. So Thursday will be my WrestleMania preview show. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And one more thing, NBA mock draft. I think I might have mentioned last week that I thought the draft was like the lottery was in June. The lottery, I believe, is May 10th, and the actual draft is in June. So I just want to make sure I had the timeline right. And just so you guys know, an NBA mock draft is I might do two this year. Usually, last couple years I've only done one. I usually just do the lottery. I'm probably gonna shoot to do two. I'll probably do my first one in about a month, right after the lottery, and probably I think the NBA draft is about a month after the actual lottery or so. In that time frame, I'll probably do one more, probably 3 weeks or so after my first one. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long, and have a great day.